once again. Yeah,
he can barely contain himself. Like Nino is that excited. Couldn't wait to get on the show tonight.
Oh man, it does feel good to sing that.
What a week!
What a week, man!
Oh my God!
Is that Nino or Nino?
Nino.
Nino, okay.
Like the Italian way.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Antonino.
Greetings. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, dogs and cats, children of all ages. It's the fastest week in the tri-state has passed, and we are witnesses to it. Welcome to APOSTATE Radio, episode 33, a special episode. This is another convening of the Tri-State Commission. Yes, we called this meeting because obviously we have a lot to talk about, and this particular weekend there are multiple big races that you all might have seen in the news. We've got of course, the New York City mayor's race in New York City. Good evening, Becky Forbes. Thank you. Good evening,
Becky.
Glad to see you here. We have some things to talk about in New Jersey. Actually, very interesting things happening in the Garden State, which is quite a rarity these days. I mean, you guys were known for what? Cranberries and New York Red Bulls for the longest. I mean,
I wouldn't say they're known for New York Red Bulls.
I mean, true.
That would mean people would have to know the New York Red Bulls.
Exactly.
We go that far. They're known for what's the ham sandwich you guys had? What's it called? Tyler ham or something?
Taylor ham?
Taylor ham.
Wait a minute.
That's a Jersey
Taylor? But who's Taylor?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Come on now.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I didn't see them legs. Ain't no ham on that Taylor's legs.
Lawrence Taylor. That's what it is. That makes more sense.
There you go.
We're known for having the New York soccer team that is not in a baseball stadium.
Oh, whoa!
I mean, listen, that changes in 27.
Yeah, that's gonna change.
It only took them what, like a decade or so.
Let's not talk about durations of time, Adam, because it's taken the Red Bulls 30 years and counting to win that MLS Cup.
and plus y'all's and plus your playoff streak was broken this year, because I think the Red Bulls went to the playoffs. Like, again, I promise folks we are not a soccer podcast.
Yeah,
I think the Red Bulls went to the playoffs every single year except this year.
No, they missed it. I'm almost certain that they missed it within like the last 5 to 10 years, at least once.
Well, the joke's on you guys, because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's my point.
There you go. Anyway, exactly.
Nobody gives a shit about the Red Bulls. Let's be
well, Red Bull. Well, here's the thing. Even though they call the place what? Sports Illustrated Stadium, which is the dorkiest fucking name for any stadium ever. I will probably still call it Red Bull Arena, regardless of what it's identifying as right now. It's still a fantastic place to watch a soccer match.
It is a great stadium. I'll give them that. It's like the best thing about the Red Bulls is that stadium.
But like I said, 27, that all changes. Anyway,
indeed.
Of course, you could follow us individually. Isaiah L. Carter, Nino Chavez X. We've got also you can follow the show page at Apostate Radio NY. Of course, you get all sorts of updates. We've got a big announcement actually at the end of the show regarding next week's guest. Cannot wait to make that announcement. And also, if you want to support us financially, we've got several ways to do it. Apostate, buymeacoffee.com/apostate.
Buymesomenewdrawers.com.
Buy me some new drawers.
Apostate Radio.
Yes. Please buy this man some new drawers. He need them. He really do. It's got subscriptions, which are now available at $5 a month. We've got merch available at Real Time Inc. Shout to my one of my little brothers, Joshua, and his wife Keisha, who run Real Time Inc. Got a lot of great stuff over there, and of course we have a Venmo now. At Apostate Radio NY. We're getting there. We're building. We are building something. And joining our fledgling podcast tonight, the New Jersey
see, once again, New Jersey can't get anything. You were about to announce me as New York.
You know what? My apologies, sir. My apologies. See, again, we have a big time guest here tonight because the gentleman on the bottom of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, has been on stage with some real big timers. I'm not talking about Manny Fresh and Baby. Yes, I am that fucking
Birdman, Daddy.
He was actually at Moms for Liberty. Did a big panel with Benny Johnson. And a couple other gentlemen, John Amanchukwu, who is an incredible man. Shout out to that young. He's actually younger than I am. Just crazy. He is. Two-time author, columnist with the New York Post, coming to our fledgling.
Whoa! Let's not forget that. Let's not forget his political title.
Oh yes. No, his official title, the president of Ain't Blackistan, the Black Tim Pool, Adam Coleman.
Black Tim Pool.
Yes.
I never liked that, the Black Tim Pool.
I don't get a couple cameras
and he calls me. Yeah, he's been calling that for the longest time. I get a couple cameras and all of a sudden I'm the Black Tim Pool.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I get the association with that, but
I don't either.
I'll explain it. You live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. I'm in the suburbs. I can be in Staten Island in 20 minutes. Like I'm not in the middle of nowhere.
Shit. How many times have been to your house, bro? How many times?
Multiple times.
Yeah. I'm there's like a cranberry bog right next to your fucking house. Like, come on.
So you know what it is? You guys are so used to concrete. If you see green, you're like, whoa! I'm in the freaking Amazon over here. I basically have some trees behind me, and he's like, whoa, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Is that a blue jay? Oh my god!
Whoa, what's going on?
But I will say this: having recently moved to the suburbs myself, I get it. I get it.
It's peaceful, man. It's peaceful out there.
It is, and yeah, like
smells better too.
It does smell better. It does smell better, especially once you get a good roster of candles and a wife that and listen. Shout out to Kareen because my wife loves her some candles, and it smells really nice in the house. It's just like, you know what? It's just the best thing.
It is nice.
Let's get into this. What should we talk about first? First off, how are you, Adam? What's been going on with you lately?
What's been going on? A bunch of stuff. Went to Moms for Liberty.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Went wonderful.
Shout out to the moms.
Shout out to the moms
for Liberty.
I said on stage I'm a fanboy of Moms for Liberty. I've been to every single summit.
I am too. I never been, but I where was it actually? Because I'd like to go.
Orlando.
All right,
yeah. They have it in different spots.
Last
year was in DC. They went back to Orlando.
Actually, can you put us in? Can you put us in contact with them, man? I'd love to have some of them on, man.
No.
Wow. Jesus, bro.
No,
whatever. I guess I'll have to go to Orlando myself then, bro.
Yeah. No.
Threaten me.
An offline conversation.
Yeah. How How was Moms for Liberty? And you've known Tiffany Justice for a while, no?
Yeah, so Tiffany is a co-founder. She's no longer working with them. She's now working at Heritage.
Oh, word! Wow.
Yeah. That happened this year, if I remember correctly. I think this year. And so Tina Deskovich is running the show now. Before it was the two of them working next to each other. There's actually 3 co-founders, technically.
Wait, how many founders again? How many founders?
3.
How many founders? 3. Okay, because you went like you went like this. You went like Dr. Claw. You know, you had that thing where you just couldn't. Like, I wasn't sure.
But no. So Moms for Liberty is always great. It's actually more like a summit. So they have the different moms from all over the country. They have chapters in 48 out of 50 states. And some are more active than others, but I'm just talking to people from Montana and Wisconsin and all over the country. And they come in, and what happens is, one, it's like an energy boost for them because they're in many ways they're activists, or some of them become legislators. I talked to a couple of them who started off as just like advocating for something, and now they're like in the state legislature.
Nice. I like that.
Very nice.
One lady, she took the spot of, it was a long-standing congressman, or not congressman, a state legislator, a long-standing legislator, and she's a bus driver. And the whole thing was like, this bus driver thinks she can win, and she won. This is on, I think she says she's in Montana.
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah. So you never know. Like some of these people, they surprise themselves. They never saw themselves getting into government and found the calling and just went for it. Many of them go for school board and things like that. But the whole point is they come for the summit. They get educated on different things that are going on, discussions about AI, things that are happening within schools. They have experts and people like James Lindsay's there. He always does some sort of talk. So
shout out to James Lindsay.
Shout out to James. So it's less of a conference. Like it's not like going to Turning Point. It's not the same thing. It's far more purpose driven.
I got you.
Wait, that's not some shade for Turning Point though, Adam, is it?
No, I mean I've been to Turning Points, and it's a pep rally. You know, your favorite speakers show up. They say
talk a lot of shit.
Piece, talk a lot of shit, and pump up the crowd, and then they're
some Jesus praising.
I mean, very little, but yeah.
Really, I thought Turning Point was more Christian, heavily Christian. Not really.
I mean, it's far more political than Jesus praising.
Okay.
Well,
that makes sense because there's a lot of people that aren't Christians there. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Turning Point has a lot of. They actually do have like a faith division.
Where not saying they're not Christians. I'm just saying if you were to go to an event,
there's some Jews there, I'm sure, and
yeah.
Buddhists, atheists.
If you were to go to an
maybe.
event, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you go to an event, it's like 98% political. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's not.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Hand holding praise sessions, and they're not doing any of that.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so let's get into
it. We got a mayor that's not a socialist that's probably about to be mayor, so we should probably talk about that, huh?
Yeah, we do, and it's really. I honestly hope. I don't know what's worse, right? The fact that Zoran could very well win this election, and to be very, very clear, I am not convinced that it's in the bag for him, right? And for reasons we'll get into. But I don't know what's worse: the fact that he's the fact that a full-blown communist is probably 48 hours away from being elected the next mayor of New York City, or that we've been presented what looks to be a false choice between Mamdani, Zohran Mamdani, who's a clear and present communist. And again, I want everybody within the sound of our voices to understand there is when someone calls themselves a democratic socialist, that is not a real title. It's not a real thing. Okay,
nothing too democratic about that.
There is nothing democratic about socialism. There is nothing democratic about communism.
Especially in DSA, man. They don't seem too democratic whatsoever based on the things they say. Yeah.
But more than that, I just want to let's be very clear about a couple of terms. Socialism, communism is the end goal, okay, of every socialist regime. Socialism is the means, communism is the end. So I just want to make sure that we're all clear on this. Zohran is very much unapologetic about who he is. Some say that he wears masks, which is true. Okay, there are certain things he has to, hide his full self. Okay, we all know he's 34 years old. He is a Nepo baby. He is exactly who, his demographic, like his biggest support, his base of voters are Nepo babies just like him. Okay. So I want to be very clear. Like, there are some things that we know who he is. But then there's a thing about Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of the state of New York, ushered in a lot, if not all, of the policies that we have been suffering under. This is not spin. This is not, just vibes or anything. This is stuff that he's actually done. And then there's Curtis Sliwa, who is the Republican, the Republican candidate for mayor of New York City. And if you left it up to the media, to the mainstream media, if you left it up to Cuomo's people, unfortunately, and also the people who have seemingly defected to Cuomo, you would never even know that Sliwa is even running. The polls, which I don't know, we'll talk about the polls here. But I want to just go over this real quick. From Tali Goldshift, who is a Cuomo supporter. She posted this yesterday. The majority of New Yorkers do not want Mamdani to be our mayor. Every voter choosing to vote for Sliwa is helping Mamdani, allegedly. Again, and I want to get into this argument because it's driving me insane. She's showing a poll. I can't remember exactly where this poll is, and while we're talking, I'll find the actual poll, but it's showing Zohran at 46%, Andrew Cuomo at 34%, and Curtis Sliwa, who is actually surging, is up to 24.1%, again, according to this poll. But of late, the problem has been why, people are basically trying to shame Sliwa. They're telling him to get out of the race. Even now, as election day is Tuesday, we 2 days away, and they're still telling Sliwa that he needs to drop out of the race. Adam, what have you seen? Since I want to get your thoughts on this. What have you been seeing regarding this? And two, why do you think there's been this massive defection of even Republicans here in the state of New York towards Cuomo?
Well, when it comes to, and this is how I see it, I think it's how a lot of people see it. Whenever you have someone who is a communist or socialist, whatever you want to call them, that is a existential threat to your livelihood, to your local government, to how things run. And so it doesn't become about necessarily the best choice or being principled or staying with your party or well, remember when this person, like, no. For a lot of people, to answer your question, they're pragmatic. They're looking at it from a pragmatic stance. And they're saying that Mamdani has a lead if we clearly, because I put it like this, if the roles were reversed and Sliwa was ahead of Cuomo, they would be saying Cuomo needs to get out. He's a loser. So it's not, honestly, I don't think it's a attack on Sliwa. People are just purely looking at polling numbers and saying, hey, if Sliwa has 20 some odd percent and he drops out, that 20 some odd percent will magically go over to Cuomo. They're presuming that. And so that's why they're looking at that. So if I was in your position, I wouldn't look at it as an attack on Sliwa himself or his policies, because the people aren't saying like, oh no, Sliwa can't win because his policies are bad or anything like that. They're purely looking at it as Mamdani versus the field. And how can the field take down Mamdani? So I don't think it's a personal thing. I think it's just pure pragmatism.
So you said, so basically they're looking at the polls and they're basing it on that.
Yeah, which by the way, it's not unusual. I mean, I've seen this person should drop out, so this other person should blah 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 blah. That happens. That's a political thing. That happens all the time, and it usually stands from people who see one particular figure as being scary or whoever it is, and everyone else is just like, we need someone to get behind who's going to take down this person. Yeah.
But there's no, but here's the thing. It's like Cuomo and Zoran are not that far apart in policies and beliefs. They're not far apart. I think what we're seeing with that race is we're seeing the old establishment, and crazy because me and my wife were just talking about this. The old establishment, the old members of the Democrat machine state they are currently fighting against the new communist wing, the younger communist wing of this communist, this wave of communists and anarchists and whatever denomination of the hammer and sickle that they are identifying with,
as well as the Free Palestine Islamo-communists or whatever you want to call them.
The red green, the
Red
Red
Green
Alliance, the neo Red Green Alliance people, who are all basically the same thing. Like they're all like these guys. Yeah. Everybody's getting paid from one of three people. It's either Soros, Neville Roy Singham, or Reid Hoffman. Okay, it's a bunch of billionaires who are funding this, this wave of socialism that we're seeing. And Cuomo, again, it's like, I'll give you a perfect example of what this is like. Shout to Benjamin for this.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, Isaiah, right before you get started this, real quick. I just want to say something needs to be done about letting people from outside where people live
Thank you.
putting money into local elections. Like if you don't live there, what the hell are you doing having any say monetarily or not in and pushing somebody else to be in the government there? Like I don't get how that works. Where the hell does Soros live, first of all? I don't even know where the hell that guy lives. I don't even know if he lives in the United States. What the hell is he doing pumping so much money? I feel like that should be illegal, honestly. Like you should at least live in the country if you're going to be doing federal elections. You should at least live in the city if you're doing city election donations in the state. You should be able to feel some of the pain of the consequences of what you're doing and pushing on people. What do you think about that, Adam? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, it sounds nice, but it's not going to happen.
Right. No, I'm sure it won't. But I'm saying it would be good. It'd be nice if we could make that law, as well as taking money out of politics as much as possible. Anyway, especially dark money and all that.
Well, good luck having people in power curb themselves of money.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. So you know. I have a response, but Isaiah, you were going to say something.
Yeah, you're going to say something, Isaiah. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No, so
I just wanted to put that in there. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when you had Evergreen College, the whole Evergreen College debacle,
Brett Weinstein,
back it with Brett Weinstein and Benjamin Boyce and all those guys, right? What you saw, and I don't know if you've ever, like, if you've never watched,
or is it Weinstein? Sorry about that. It's
Weinstein, something like that. I forget.
He might be the one of the guys that pronounces it differently. Go ahead.
But the thing is, I don't know if you've watched that the documentary that Boyce put together, but what you had was the exact same thing several years ago. You had the radicals on the college campuses, the students, okay, who, rich white kids for the most part at Evergreen, okay, radicalized into whatever, identity and literally it probably has, these guys have like the hammer and sickle tatted on their ass, okay, and they're fighting with the faculty. They're fighting with the faculty. They're screaming at these old liberal boomers. Yep. who have been at the heads, who have been at the head of these schools, right? And they basically terrorize these fucking people.
It was 100% a Maoist struggle session.
Yeah,
Red Guard Maoist struggle session. Yeah,
exactly. They struggle, and they did all the Maoist tactics that we've seen throughout history.
Yep.
And essentially, what I think personally, and someone in the chat, you can prove me wrong if I'm wrong. What they're doing is like what the DSA and all of these free Palestine people and all the rest, they're doing it on a much larger scale. That's the reason why they can do this stuff in Democrat, in deep blue cities, in deep blue states like New York, right? Like they're able to just simply take over. And bully the Democrat establishment. Now, this is what I was. But my question is, and I have several, because I was looking for something. All right, you all right? I was looking for some. Thought I heard something bump in the back. I'm losing my train of thought here.
Well, somebody's accusing us of being a cuck, a monkey god. So
a cuck for what? A cuck for what exactly? I don't know.
I personally, I don't know if I can handle monkey god.
I don't.
Me right now.
I can't handle them either. But I want to get into this because, like I said, Sliwa is getting completely ignored.
Yeah, he is surging too. Based on those stats, he is surging. Yeah.
And my wife, who works in the South Bronx, okay, she is telling me, okay, that there are more Sliwa posters. There are more Sliwa posters in bodegas and local businesses in the South Bronx.
Really?
Okay. Like I've never heard of this. It's like it's almost like it's almost like there's some truth to this to this whole thing about there being a silent majority. You know what I'm saying? Like it really feels that way. And so here's what pisses me off. Andrew Cuomo, matter of fact, I want to talk. We can get into this. We can get into this right here. Okay. Because this post right here is just the epitome of everything that's wrong with this race. From Andrew Cuomo earlier today, this morning, quote, "I've said it before and I'll say it again. A vote for Sliwa is a vote for Mamdani. And here's the proof. Just this past March, Sliwa was openly supporting Mamdani to be the elected Democratic representative. So is Sliwa staying in this race just to help Mamdani win? We are so close to winning this election, even with Sliwa still in the race, but it will only blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, this is a 12-second clip, right? 12-second clip. And this is what, you know, what this is what we're supposed to get out of this. Okay. I'm going to play the piece of propaganda here. Now, this is the part right here that they want people to freak out about. Okay. Zoran and Sliwa standing together at this event. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 12-second clip. We don't know, there is no context. There is no we have no information about what that was. You know, Cuomo's certainly not putting it out.
We don't know if that was a hot dog eating contest they were both competing in. Like, we don't know what was going on.
Nothing. But it gets better. So Cuomo got community noted. So well, wait a minute. Let me set it up a little bit better. So Sliwa, hold on. Whoops, wrong here. So Sliwa went in, right? Says Cuomo is. Hold on. Let me see if I can read it. Let me see if I can read it in his voice. It says Cuomo is truly despicable, disgusting, and desperate. This footage was from the Voices for Seniors Memorial, not a campaign event, where all candidates were invited to honor the 15,000 elderly that died because of Cuomo's nursing home order. You have blood on your hands, Andrew. You never apologized, and now you're mocking their memorial to say it was a campaign event? New Yorkers are smarter than this. And Voices for Seniors, who I'm going to give a quick follow, backed him up. Okay. They put out a statement today which says, Voices for Seniors, the grassroots organization representing grieving families who lost loved ones in New York nursing homes, is outraged by Andrew Cuomo's latest act of political deceit. Cuomo has shamelessly used footage from a nursing home memorial, an event held to honor victims of his own deadly policies, and manipulated it to make it appear as though other mayoral candidates, including Curtis Sliwa and Zoran Mamdani, were colluding against him. This is not just misleading, it's morally repugnant. That memorial was a solemn event attended by every candidate except Andrew Cuomo himself. He wasn't there for one simple reason. He's the man responsible for the tragedy being remembered. So there it is. Voices, the Voices for Seniors, the organization that put that vigil together months ago, spoke out about it. So my question now is, why? Why, like, how desperate? Why is there this desperation? And two, because I hear this a lot as well, that Sliwa is the one who's the spoiler. How is Curtis Sliwa the spoiler? And what is he spoiling? I don't hear people asking those questions. What do you think about that?
All right, so there's a lot there. So what I would say is, and I'm not trying to sound dismissive, but like, whether you're running for local school board, congressman, or mayor of a city, politics is dirty. So none of this is shocking to me. Matter of fact, I would say this is more on the tamer side of political deception. So,
it's political tequila.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, this type of thing doesn't shock me that Cuomo would do that, or any other candidate would do something like that. Because remember, it's not necessarily, even though it might be under Cuomo's account, doesn't mean it's Cuomo himself, right? He's got an entire staff. They all agree on this stuff. So he's culpable, but it's a whole team of people.
Entire staff of interns that he's a little bit too handsy with.
Probably.
I mean,
you either
a little too Italian
with.
A little bit too Italian with them.
he's rubbing their shoulders as they're tweeting.
I like that tweet.
That's good. That's good. Now put it in your mouth.
What's that on my shoulder, Mr. Cuomo?
Oh my God.
That's my nipple piercing.
So
nipple piercing.
So real quick, I found the poll. It was from Atlas Capital, Geiger Capital reposted it yesterday, Saturday morning, which he says Zoran is leading Andrew Cuomo by just 6.6%, with, at the time, 3 days until the election. Again, like, but here's what I like about Sliwa. Sliwa's ignoring the polls. He's ignoring the polls. It's like it's like, he what he's realizing, what he's doing is he's showing that he's ignoring the polls, and he's out here talking to people. Okay. Viral News, NYC, who I've talked to him on several occasions. He actually put this video out where Sliwa was out at the parade, at the Halloween parade Friday night, and this is some of the reception that he got from the crowd. Here we go.
It's amazing. We're in the Halloween Day parade right now. We got Curtis Sliwa. Everyone's screaming for him, right? Everyone's stopping him and shaking his hand and thanking him. Cops, firemen. It just doesn't make sense to me what the polls are telling us. What the streets are saying and what the polls are saying are two exactly different things.
The people's mayor.
He's out there.
So can I say something?
Go.
All right. So two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true. It could be that he has some support. Absolutely. It could be absolutely true that he has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who like him. And he has maybe millions who like him, who have he has their support. And the odds are he can go to an event and there are people who are going to be like, yeah, I want to shake your hand. Also, remember, he's a New York City icon. He's been around for a long time. So like he's never had a bad image about him. So they may want to shake his hands for various reasons. So that may be 100% true. But what I will say is, while polls aren't exact, people listen to polls for a reason, and it's that they're roundabout close. So if you tell me that the polls are wrong, right? They said that Trump is going to lose by 2 points and he won by 3, right? Okay, fine. You point out like a 5-point difference. The man is like 20-point difference, and so I don't see the possibility that Sliwa, all the polling that is done in various polls is showing just about the same, at least from what I've seen, just about the same. One poll may show him up 2 points, and one poll may show down 1 point, whatever. Right? It's not an exact science, but it's a roundabout. It's an estimation as far as general support. There's no way in hell that this man has 25 point increase, or let's say a difference as to what the reality would be once people go to the polls versus the actual polling data. Like, I don't think I don't think I've ever seen a situation to that effect. They're usually somewhat close. If you tell me 10 points or less, okay. If you tell me 5 points, 8 points off, that's high, but okay. You tell me 25 points, because what is he at now is in comparison to Mamdani? You said Mamdani's at 40.6, and what was Sliwa at? 20?
He was at 24 point something. Yeah, he's at 24 point something.
Okay, so
which honestly is an 8-point swing from where he was like the week before last. Because
you'd have
the magic number, because the number was always that Sliwa was at somewhere between 16 and 17%.
okay.
And then Sliwa all of a sudden in the latest polls is up to another 8. He picked up 8 points. That's a surge. And that's a surge that really both candidates, both Mamdani and Cuomo, should be concerned about. And honestly, and I'm gonna tell you who needs to be more concerned about it than both of them, both Mamdani and Cuomo Zoran and Cuomo should be very concerned about that. But in my opinion, the one who needs to be most concerned about it is Zoran. Because Zoran, I've been saying this for months. Zoran is stuck. He's stuck. Zoran has not been able to get over 40% and stay. And if he does, whenever he does, it's never for long.
But
I said this during the primary. Zoran's voter base all showed up at the primary, and they will not get him over the finish line on Tuesday, in my humble opinion. I just do not think, I don't see the energy out there. When I talk to people, there really aren't too many people who are energetic for Zoran, right? Most of the energy for Zoran is in the regular enclaves. Okay, I'm talking Astoria. I'm talking
the Berg.
The Berg, the Williamsburg, Bushwick, Park Slope, the usual white, affluent, leftist areas. Okay, that's where
right.
But when you go to the Bronx, blacker parts of Brooklyn, like where I used to live in Brownsville and East New York, they ain't checking for him because none of his people were there.
But here's the thing. I hear what you're saying as far as energy and all this other stuff. Just being blunt, none of that stuff matters.
It doesn't.
The only thing that matters is who is coming out, standing in line to go and vote.
Exactly.
And I will tell you, the politically active leftists, the wine mom and fucking Manhattan, like that, they're going to go out and vote for him because they are very enthusiastic. The 40% that he consistently polls at are very enthusiastic about him. So when people are saying a vote for Sliwa is a vote for Mamdani, they're not entirely wrong. because Sliwa's not peeling off Mamdani voters. Sliwa is peeling off Cuomo voters.
Exactly.
But you have more of a point as far as Sliwa and a surge if this is 6 months prior. But we're talking a couple days. It's not going to swing that drastically unless Cuomo literally drops out. There could be a scandal that comes out about Cuomo tomorrow, and not enough people will find out about it for it to make a major difference.
Of course not.
So
I don't even like all the talk about dropping out 48 hours before the fucking election. It makes no sense.
But they've been talking about it for some time now.
They have. But what I'm saying is,
yeah,
like it's time to put a lid on all that. Like I'm being totally serious. Like I'm tired of hearing this nonsense about dropping out. We are 2 days away. Like maybe if we were before early voting. Okay, early voting just ended today. Here in the New York area. Okay. If y'all were talking about dropping out before early voting started, okay, fine. Which clearly, and to be fair, there were plenty of conversation about somebody dropping out, right? And obviously, out of everybody who should have dropped out, Eric Adams was the only one who smartened up and got out while the getting was good. And Cuomo still shat on him. But anyways, right now, people have already voted. Early voting has had some pretty impressive turnout over the last few days. Unless you talk about disenfranchising people who have already cast their vote, unless you're okay with that, cut out, just cut it out. I don't want to hear anymore about somebody dropping out. Like we're already in too deep at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because let's say he was to theoretically drop out an hour from now. The ballots are already casted. So,
Yeah,
that's basically there, especially for early voting. Ballots have already been casted. But as far as who's going to win, Mamdani's going to win.
I don't know.
I'm not like I don't swear by polls. But I give them leeway, right? And when you see poll after poll after poll, week after week after week, and it's just up a few points, down a few points, up a few points, down a few points, basically tells me they're about at the same point. Mamdani's getting 40% of the vote, and between non-communists, they're splitting between them. They have the majority of Americans between majority of New York City residents between two of them. So
yeah,
neither one of them wants to drop out, and that's what it is. It's a choice between three, and Mamdani has the most. That's what it is.
And he's getting some of those Bernie progressives, some AOC supporters, people who think she's great. He's getting probably a lot of Muslims. He's getting probably some Indian people. He's from India, or I mean, he's Indian in descent, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
so he's probably getting some Indian people, and he might be getting some African people too from Africa because he's from Africa. So
he is.
So he checks off a lot of boxes like in his identities where people might be like, oh well, he's one of us. You know,
he's getting the sociopath vote.
The sociopath vote, the communist vote, the Islamic terrorist vote.
And hold on a second, he's also getting
the closeted DJ, nightclub vote, DJ Takia.
But he's also got this right here. Stu Smith, the Stu Studio, who is actually a pretty cool guy. Jeremy Corbyn, a Brit, is going to be phone banking for Zoran.
A fucking communist.
At 6 p.m. So he's already been doing it. But now you've got foreign interference.
That shit pisses me off, man.
Foreign interference now at play.
Where are the Russians when you need them, huh? Where are those guys?
It's ridiculous. But here's the but some of the other stuff that's been happening with this. It's so I've called this on many occasions. I have been saying this. They are replacing Black and Hispanic American votes. And this is the other reason why this is the main reason why I'm concerned about Zoran winning, is because there are massive works of interference currently happening. Okay, take a look at this from OMG. It's a few minutes, but I think but it's all relevant. This is from James O'Keefe, O'Keefe Media's OMG group. Just cracked a major scandal a few days ago. Watch.
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh, you register.
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay. Vote too. Okay, but you know, the guys are whatever.
This is Michael Casey, correspondent with O'Keefe Media Group, reporting from New York City just before Halloween. And the only thing scarier than all the ghosts and the goblins and this rain this Halloween is a possibility of illegal aliens voting in our elections for mayor. Just last year, James O'Keefe encountered a man in New York City who ran a church called La Jornada in Queens.
Hey, this is you.
Now, Mr. Rodriguez was allowing illegal aliens to sign false documents to help them live in this country illegally and bypass the law.
What I found most odd is that Pedro Rodriguez would keep telling me that I did not reside at an address that he personally signed the letter saying that I resided at.
I encountered this man once again 1 year later. Same name, different address, same blue shirt, same tie. I encountered this man posing as an illegal alien, telling him I was new to this country, I just got here a couple months ago, I was not registered to vote, not a citizen, but I wanted to vote in this year's election. And what does he do? Like clockwork, he springs into action to help me.
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh.
I was given those locations. I will show you. Forgive me, I am no Espanol.
No, English is perfect.
Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Pedro Rodriguez.
Pedro.
No pleasure. Yeah.
Miguel.
Okay. When you register?
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
And he tells me to go to the local community college just around the corner to go vote in the election for mayor.
That's close, right?
Just across the street.
Across the street?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I can go there and cast my vote for mayor?
Yeah.
And I told him, still posing as legal alien, who should I vote for? He gave me a wink and a nod. He told me, vote for the man whose name begins with the letter M.
No. It's 3 guys. Okay, I really cannot tell you vote to. Okay, but you know, the guys are self-whatever.
Now, which
This is what seriously concerns me. Nick, I want to get your thoughts on this. Like, why, like, so now we've got foreign interference at play. I have another video where you've got Zoran cutting campaign ads in Arabic.
Yeah, I saw that. It's Spanish too.
And in Spanish, but Spanish I kind of get, but seeing as this is official government business, I'm in the camp that that this should be done in English. But what's your take on this? Like, why? What are we seeing here?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think I think the left in general. I mean, even if it's not even like a organized thing necessarily from the top down or something, I think people who just have a leftist or progressive point of view think like, I'm going to help illegal immigrants because that's what really matters, because that's our first priority. And of course, Mamdani's the best guy for us because he's the only one that's going to give us free buses and free this and free that and make things for make it so people of color aren't as harshly punished or prosecuted for crimes and stuff like that. That's kind of what all they give a shit about now, it seems like, right? At least like the woke left or whatever, which is a lot of people who are educated. So I don't know.
It's all of them.
What's that?
All of them.
Yeah, right. All of them, I think. I mean, unless they're like an old school Democrat and they haven't changed much, but I feel like a lot of them have changed, like with the tides of recent years of the BLM era and before that, where, and of course with the immigration stuff now, where like the only thing that matters to them is like always immigrants, people of color, Muslims. Like it's always like everybody but like straight white men, basically. That's really what it comes down to for the most part, I think, for a lot of these people. Not the old school at Democrats of like, Hillary Clinton back in 2008, where she's like, if you commit a crime, you got to leave. We're going to get rid of these legal immigrants and stuff. Like, she sounded like a fucking MAGA person, right? Obama as well. So, I mean, I don't know how deep this goes. I don't know where it's come, like if there's somebody from the top paying them, but I do think this is the thing. And this seems to be something that happens with, communists in general is, they know they're smart about which things to take over, right? I know, I think Lenin back in the day in the Soviet Union, he took over like train stations and mail services, right? Like, delivering mail, right? I think those are two of the things that like the communists kind of got deep into and took over. Obviously, they've done that. They've done a lot more here as far as, I'm not saying they're all communists, but like people on the left, progressives, Democrats, they've taken over universities. They've taken over many institutions. They've taken over the media, legacy media, social media. I mean, a lot of that's coming through the universities. Like they're the smartest people in the country and in the world, and they go through the universities and they're shown this certain point of view, like that I talked about, where like everything that's white, male, Western is bad, Christians bad, all that stuff. These are the things that are just like, those are stupid people, those are bad people, those are colonialists. And then they go through and they get these degrees, and they're the smartest people in the country, at least highest IQ, and then they get these big jobs of social media, right, or legacy media. So they've taken over so much, and in cultural institutions, Hollywood, TV stations, writers, and some of that stuff's going away. Like they're starting to fall apart. Independent media has played a big part in that, thank God. And people are starting to see that they're, it's too crazy, the gender cult stuff. But I think this is just another example of that, right? Of like just them taking positions of influence and being like, yeah, vote for the guy with the M. Let's make sure we get more immigrants in because they're going to vote with us because they know what's good for them. Otherwise, they'll get deported by Trump and the Republicans. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I know I went on a long rant there.
That's fine. Adam, go ahead.
Not necessarily to segue, but maybe this is a good time to bring up the article that I wrote.
Yeah,
it sort of hits home on all this stuff that we're talking about.
Let's do it. Let me see. I think this,
and that's coming out tomorrow, Adam.
Yeah, it came out in today's paper, so
okay, that's right.
Yeah, the physical paper, but it'll be on the New York Post tomorrow morning.
New York Post.
Okay. All right. So Adam's dropping a new piece. Excuse me.
That's it.
God bless you.
Thank you. Let's see here. Let's get into this. The title of it is how is this the title? How the Democratic Party gave in to radicals like Mom Downing? Let me look at it again. I'll make sure I get the title correct.
That's just one caption. I don't know what the final title is going to be.
Yeah, it looks like the subtitle or whatever they call it.
Well, okay, so I'll go ahead and read a little bit of it. The first law of politico dynamics is that power. Hold on a second. Make sure the first law of politico dynamics is power cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred to a stronger entity when the weak poorly defends it. Oof. The Democratic Party of old allowed a Trojan horse, socialists, to enter its walls and refused to fight, as it didn't think it was possible the enemy was coming from within. The Democratic establishment treated the squad like it was a cute girl band in Congress that could be controlled until it eventually faded into obscurity. But accepting the socialist Trojan horse into the party has led to its capture. slaughtering any remnants of political common sense, and the invaders firmly plant their Mamdani for mayor flag in Democratic soil to signal their takeover's completion. Governor Hochul joined mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani, a proud Democratic Socialists of America member, on stage in Flushing, Queens last week in front of 3,000 supporters. Excuse me. I see in him, quote, I see in him someone who sees a New York that is affordable because we want to live here. We want families to grow here. We want them to prosper. So we need more housing, Hochul exclaimed. We need more childcare, and it has to be universal. Childcare for everyone who wants it. The platitudes they burn. And the governor is far from the only prominent establishment figure who's rallied behind socialist Mamdani. Hold on, let me get to this next page here. You know what? Let me see. Rallied behind socialist Mamdani. You know what? I'm missing the bottom part. So sorry. Let me see. Voters in New York City, let's see, focused on the affordability crisis. They're all saying the same thing, basically. Hakeem Jeffries is saying the same thing. Jerry Nadler. Voters in New York City demand a change, and with Zohran's triumph, we have a direct repudiation of Donald Trump's politics and of tax cuts and authoritarianism. And let me see here. And they refuse to fight back against the communist takeover, despite obvious signs of internal domination, because they still believe an orange man is scarier than the red guard. They refuse to fight back against the communist takeover despite obvious signs of internal domination, because they still believe an orange man is scarier than the red guard.
And also, I mean, they also are just not even scary. I mean, some of them are straight up communists, but also the people who aren't, and there's a lot who aren't, that support Mamdani and are warm to the idea of socialism. They haven't been taught about the Red Guard. They don't know shit about the Red. They don't know anything about. They don't know much about the Soviet Union besides, there might have been some problems, but they just didn't do it right that time. Like that's kind of, I think that's a sense that a lot of people got from education from like the last 25 years at least. Where like, their heart was in the right place, but if the right people were in charge, this time it's going to work out. They don't know about the over 100 million people who died. They don't really know much about what's going on in Venezuela now. That's not really, I'm sure that's not really taught much in universities right now or in high schools, because everybody who's teaching there, almost everybody who's teaching there is progressive. So they're like, well, we don't want to talk about how the left goes too far. So let's just talk about how Trump's a fascist all day long for the last 10 years. And Mitt Romney's a fascist, and George W. Bush is a fascist. Like, I mean, to these people, anybody who's a conservative is a fascist, to be real.
Yeah.
Reagan was a fascist in the 80s to them.
Yeah. If everybody's a fascist, so that means no one's a fascist. Adam, brilliant post, brother. Brilliant post. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You can check out the rest of it tomorrow morning in tomorrow morning's edition of the New York Post. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. Like, they're too afraid. It's like we talked about earlier. They're too afraid of they've literally, I heard somebody talk about this before. They've created a voter base that they're fucking terrified of.
Well, I think it's to further drive home the point of what I'm trying to say in the article. This has been going on for quite some time.
Yes,
and it's one of the top reasons why I no longer associate with the Democratic Party and became an independent. It's because I saw a radical faction, which at first sounded, because they identified certain issues. It's like
universal health care.
Point. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's a good idea.
Free education.
And then the more room you give them to breathe within the party, the more comfortable they get with revealing themselves and what they want. in a healthy party, you criticize those things. Like the whole debate between Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson. While some people are like, "Oh my God, what's going on with their hair on fire?" It is a magnificent thing what is happening that we are pushing back, right? Because I saw a party that did none of that. They said the threat is coming from the outside. It's coming from Trump Tower, right? Meanwhile, they're being infiltrated within their own party. And on top of that, it makes it doubly worse. They're being infiltrated. And the things that they were caring about had shifted as well. So they didn't care about the working class. They didn't care about any of it. They started moving towards wanting, and Chuck Schumer has said publicly, they want to get the wealthy, the upper middle class and above. Those are the people they're trying to cater to. So they're already becoming less favorable, and people were leaving them. Then they adopted ideologues who don't give a shit about anybody. I don't care what they say. Communists lie. They just use certain things at any given moment to advance the thing that they want, more power. So they allowed for these people to get in the room with them. They allow these people to take positions of power. They underestimated them. Once again, AOC, people say, oh, she's just a bartender. Well, this bartender is a longstanding congressman. How did that happen? Oh, it's because she had the backing of the DSA, and the DSA has been operating in New York City for quite some time. And the moment struck, and she gained power. And they proved over and over and over that they can win certain local elections. And they're proving it still that they can win. They're the only energy within the Democratic Party. They're the only energy. All the other energy is bought and paid for, the teachers' unions, right? But they're old. They're nothing but old people that just show up. That's not energy.
And there's also a lot of communists in there, Adam.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, and like very far left, very woke. I mean, you basically communists or socialists. You've seen them before. Remember, were they saying like, "Oh, your kids belong to us" and all this shit? Like, from I was in Chicago or wherever, but like, there's younger women, like a lot of young black women, I think, if I remember correctly, saying some pretty far left shit, man. Like, and I think going out, about very DEI focused, very gender focused and stuff.
Right, but that's all. It's a byproduct of the higher learning institutions, right?
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking about education. Well,
100%.
They have to be accredited, and where are they going to? So they're all, it's a pipeline.
It's all corrupted. It's all been corrupted.
It's all been corrupted. But the political system is something different. The political system, there's a lot of politics at play, and they didn't do, as much as we complain, like, hey, they do some shoddy politics. Sometimes you should do that. Like, if it means that you do some shoddy politics to keep a neo-Nazi from being considered, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If it means some shoddy politics to keep the communists, from being taken seriously, I'm all for it. There are certain things that you just do not allow. And what happened is they bent over and just fucking took it. And now, and the thing I was trying to point out also in the article, and the reason why I even pitched writing it is because Kathy Hochul had already endorsed Mamdani. She already endorsed him, right? Yep. She did that weeks prior. But she came down and she stood on stage. She didn't have to do that. And to me, in my head, signal two things. One, it's a humiliation ritual.
Yep.
And two, it's a sign that there's a new sheriff in town and the DSA is running the show.
Yes.
When the sitting governor comes down and stump speeches for the communists, who's actually in charge?
The communists, especially since they booed her fucking ass off the stage, even as she was spouting their tropes and saying their talking points and reflecting their bullshit right back at them. They still booed her ass off that stage. and in one of the most shameless displays I've ever seen. It was bad.
In Forest Hills, that happened?
In Forest Hill Stadium, yeah.
They booed her out? Wow, that's funny.
Booed
And that-
her the fuck out. Yes.
That's funny.
And that sounds just like what you said earlier, evergreen. As
Yeah,
much
the
as the
struggle
as
session.
much as that administrator was saying, yes, yes, of course, and they were
Yes,
and they were all playing ball,
exactly.
they still spit at him and laughed at him. Don't touch that. Get up. Now
Yeah.
sit down.
Yes,
And
yes,
they-
power. It's a power move.
It was
and,
it was
uh,
a power
Right,
move.
exactly. It's
And
a,
so
and
that's
it's very impish. It's very immature and impish. Remember, they're all like laughing, giggling. Put your hands up. Put your hands down. And it's similar to what we saw. It's a good analogy with Kathy Hochul. We were talking about when people were booing her. It's like, haha, yeah, you got to come down and you have to come all the way down from Albany and support our socialist Mamdani, who you probably think is an asshole, and you have to do it. Otherwise, we might get rid of you anyways. But this is your only chance of having a future, a political future. You're right, Adam, and it's so true because I think that is the point. The main point of what you said before is that they do not have any energy anywhere else. They have to, or they have to be John Fetterman, which means that's the only chance. That was the only other chance they have. But it's tough because you're going against the young socialists that have been indoctrinated for 20 years and in our education system, our super far left education system, increasingly so. But you'd have to be speaking common sense, which means you're going to have to be supporting a lot of what Trump's doing. Basically,
you have to
if you're Fetterman, and you'd have to be constantly disagreeing with the Democrats' woke shit and far left stuff. So I mean, it's like Fetterman's probably on the verge of becoming a Republican at this point.
I mean,
because they're going to push him out. They're going to push him out probably.
They're going to push him. They are going to push him the fuck out. Because again, this is a Democratic Party that does not tolerate any what's the word I'm looking for?
Dissent?
Any dissent,
variation in opinion.
Any variation in opinion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
It is the Democrat Party is as close to, and I'm saying this
sounds like a communist party to me.
It is the Democrat Party is every bit a communist. A communist entity these days. They are liberal. They are not. They are highly. They are so liberal. They're illiberal at this point.
That's why I said Isaiah, highly illiberal.
Sorry,
yes.
my apologies.
Yeah, just to be clear, yeah.
They are highly illiberal. We are talking about a political party, and this is what happens when you've got a political party full of college educated, high and upper middle class to affluent white people. Think about this for a second, gentlemen. The people at Forest Hill Stadium last week, they did exactly what you would expect out of a white political establishment that's used to using black people, as fucking pets and pawns. Okay, they put all of the blacks, they put all of the Latinos, they put all of the Muslims, all of the Arabs, all of the Sikhs. They
put them up front,
all in the front.
Yes,
they put them all in the front.
Mascots.
And they put them all in the front as mascots. Yeah. They put them behind the stage, right? With everybody that's holding signs, so that all the coloreds can look great behind there, but behind the leader. Again, they were building the color legitimacy. Right. And if you looked in the back, if you looked behind that line, it was nothing but white people. Yeah. It was nothing but white liberals, nothing but the same voter base in the places that I've been mentioning. And I don't know what's worse. I'm going to use this to segue into something else. I don't know what's worse. The fact that you have rabid communists currently, agitating for Zoran, or Republicans, rhinos, really, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, rhinos who are more concerned about order rather than chaos. So they're so scared of losing their city to a communist that they go and vote an older communist into office. Gonna do this right now. Greg Kelly of Newsmax. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk about him for a little bit because this is scumbaggery right here. Quote: There's Curtis Sliwa loafing with his shady crew. Remember this. Curtis has zero credibility with cops and law enforcement. The Guardian Angels has always been his personal vanity project. Red beret and dopey 1975 high school jackets. He loves communists like Zoe. Why? Because he's wearing red? This is honestly, this is true scumbag shit from somebody who should know better. Greg Kelly, isn't his dad Ray Kelly, the New York City's former police commissioner? Am I wrong about that, Adam?
I don't know.
I think he is the son. In chat, if you can please confirm that if Greg Kelly is the son of Ray Kelly, please just confirm that or not in the chat. But Greg Kelly, somebody who should know better. This level of Phil, New York Knicks fan, NYK fan. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. He said, yes, his dad was former commissioner of NYP. I thought so.
All right. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you, Phil. We appreciate you, brother. This fucking guy, again, like I have questions. Okay? I have a lot of questions. Who benefits from this confusion right now? This is serious because I think there's something at play here, and I want to get who benefits from this confusion. And the second thing I want to ask is what are people being asked to forget in order to accept such nothing? The fact that seriously, this is scumbag shit right here. The Guardian Angels have been around for 50 years, for 45 years rather. They are well known. If you go to any rough part of New York City historically, and I'm talking about the Bronx, I'm talking about the South Bronx, I'm talking about East Harlem. Okay, again, East New York, Brownsville, certain parts of Canarsie. You go to the hood, they know these people, they know the Guardian Angels. When we went, Nino, when we got on the when we rode back to the train station, when we rode with Curtis back in the Uber, the Uber driver knew him.
It's true. I was surprised to see that. I was like, oh, okay.
The hood knows this guy.
And
people know exactly who Sliwa is.
he goes, if I quoted this correctly, he's like, oh, I never had a celebrity in my car before. That's what he said to him.
Right.
Before Sliwa even introduced himself or anything. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and again, the whole when they told Sliwa to take his beret off, because I remember, because this is the other part that gets me, right? It's like they've been begging Sliwa to shrink himself this entire time. Why the fuck would you ask the founder of the Guardian Angels? Why would you demand that he take his red beret off? You know that everybody in New York City knows that man because of his red beret, and you tell him to not wear it. The elites who can't stand who can't stand Curtis are all, well, you got to take your beret off. And then what was the other thing? They don't like him because he's an animal rights guy. He likes cats. He's a cat guy.
They make fun of him about that. That's right. Yeah.
Right. And Nancy is an animal. His wife is an animal rights activist. I don't get it. It's like, again, to treat the treatment of Curtis Sliwa by, again, people who should know better has been absolutely appalling. Adam, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's nearly as personal as you might think it is. I think this is, it sounds personal but for them, it's about tearing down an opponent, right? It's psychological warfare in some cases. Um, and so I can't speak for Greg. I don't think I've ever talked to Greg or anything like that. But to me, it sounds like what they're trying to do is make sure Mamdani doesn't win. Their entire objective is it's Mamdani versus everybody else. And so we got to do whatever we possibly can to make sure that Mamdani doesn't win. And if that means that, he's a Republican, but we go after this guy, right? Because he's not winning. That's why I say trust and believe. If the roles were reversed and Cuomo was getting 20 some odd %, they'd be going after Cuomo and saying, Cuomo, you're a loser. That's why you run as an independent. Get out of here. You killed all these people. They'd be going after him. This has very little, in my opinion, very little to do with Sliwa. It has everything to do with Mamdani.
Yeah, I think you're mostly right about that, Adam. I mean, there might be some exceptions, but I think you're probably right about that. I do get what, our last guest, Lieutenant John McCarry, was talking about how like friends were kind of backstabbing Curtis and stuff like that. I don't know if that's personal or not, but I see why Curtis Lee would take it personally. I think probably they were more doing what Adam's talking about, and or they got bribed, which is possible too. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I would take it very personally. If I was just having lunch with somebody or they're an old friend of mine, and then they're like coming out against you to support Cuomo, it's like, oh wow. But it does seem like politically, it's just political pragmatism coming on the part of people just don't see a path for Sliwa, but there is a path for Cuomo, and we don't want the socialist. But then again, I see McCarty's and Isaiah's point of view, where they overlap, where it's, Cuomo was basically a fucking woke leftist anyways. So, I mean, why should, first of all, we should just vote Republican, but of course we're talking about New York City here. So who knows about, that's gonna be tough. And also, the Republicans should stay in the race. It shouldn't be a guy who lost the primary against a Democrat.
Exactly.
In principle, that should be how it goes. But then there's a pragmatism you got to think about.
But again, but here's the thing. Again, Cuomo lost his primary. Cuomo lost the Democrat primary, and he lost it in such in such resounding fashion. Okay, everybody was afraid. Seriously, everybody was concerned. I think I wrote about it.
Nobody screwed New York as much as Cuomo. Just to point it out, because he should have taken that race much more seriously. He might have won it in the beginning. He might have.
That shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
People knew what he did. People remember what he did while he was governor. Okay. People remember. Like I said, I still remember. I was talking to people at work this past week who shared the sentiment about the way in which Cuomo handled. Sir, we'll talk. I've shared this. I've talked about this offline, but I've talked to people who have said they did that what was done to Andy Byford was absolutely unforgivable. They fired the way Andy Byford, ladies and gentlemen, is a former New York City Transit president. Like, he was hired specifically to fix certain infrastructural pieces of the subway system. Okay, and when he was hired, he was hired to do a job and to do a job well, and he did that job better than expected to the point where people, and I'm talking riders, like subway riders, strap hangers, were calling that man Train Daddy. We talked about this last week, I believe. And every single and what Cuomo did to him, because his ego got a little bruised, was absolutely ridiculous. Pardon the background noise. I got a list of some of the things. Hold on, I'll share this list. Because I really want to. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get into this this other thing. In just go ahead, bro. While I'm looking for this, go ahead.
Well, before we run out of time, we got to talk about, this little pitiful state we call New Jersey and its governor race.
We do. How long do we have you for, by the way?
What time is it? Not too much longer.
Okay.
I'm an old man.
I understand.
I gotta get my beauty sleep.
Oh well.
Otherwise, the arthritis kick my ass.
Motherfucker, you need to sleep for a couple days then.
That's
Talking
right.
about fucking beauty sleep. Hey, hold on a second. We got like this right here is a list that was made, and we'll get into. Matter of fact, we'll get into that next after this. Here's a list of some of Cuomo's greatest hits. On March 25th, 2020, signed an executive order mandating COVID-positive patients into nursing homes. This caused an upwards of 18,000 plus deaths. He also sent COVID into disabled homes, killing the most vulnerable. 2, first responders and teachers in New York City were forced to get a COVID shot or lose their jobs, a move Cuomo supported. There is, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady by the name of Athena Clark, who was running for city council, who was a teacher affected by this. We should talk to her to see how she feels about that. 3, Cuomo decided what businesses were essential. He closed down the businesses of hardworking New Yorkers while allowing big box stores to operate freely. New York business owners lost everything. I do remember how emptied out, because I was living in the Bronx at the time. I remember how emptied out the neighborhoods were. Okay. Cuomo closed down schools, robbing children of free lunch program, educational services for special needs, access to mental health services, and the learning loss is unprecedented. Not to mention the fact that children were still wearing masks in schools while while teachers and administrators walked around freely. I still remember that despicable picture of Stacey Abrams. Cuomo falsified health data and hid the numbers of deaths that occurred because of nursing homes. For example, the person who wrote this, my father is still not counted because he died in a hospital. This falsified health data was used to make decisions for the entire state on whether businesses and schools could be opened. Number 6, called for a national mask mandate and forced us to wear them for over 2 years. He even forced masks on toddlers, which is child abuse. He stationed National Guard in airports, forcing anyone that left the state to quarantine for 2 weeks. I remember that too. Forced teachers all over the state to either get the vaccine or to submit the weekly COVID tests on their free time. If they refused, they would lose their jobs. I mean, folks, what are we doing? And y'all are saying, and people are in the sense of pragmatism, they're saying that the people of New York should choose that, the devil you know, over the devil you don't know. Go ahead, Adam. You were going to say something.
This is not a defense of Cuomo, but if we're being real, every Democrat governor did the same fucking thing that he did.
And a few Republicans did at that. I mean, Larry Hogan of Maryland.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Even
who was the lady in Mississippi, the governor of Mississippi at the time?
Mississippi, or are you talking about Michigan?
No.
I thought you were talking about Gretchen Whitmer.
No. I'm talking about it was the governor of, it was one of those one of them old Dixie states. One of them states in the deep south. It was either Alabama or Mississippi, and the lady was talking about how, and she was a Republican. telling people to mask up, take the vaccine, take
Yeah.
the vaccine.
A lot of people are doing that.
Reeves was another one. You know, so granted, both sides were doing it during COVID. You're absolutely correct. But Cuomo, let's be honest here, Cuomo decided to he tried to write a book about it and use state money to pay for it. Okay. He would go on CNN all the time with his brother Chris. And everybody was like all about the banter. Everybody was getting free. Kate Ivey, that's who it was. Alabama. I knew it was one of them. You know, everybody was on like Cuomo used COVID essentially to boost his KD, his national KD. Okay, because they wanted him to run because he was thinking about running for president in 2024. He was.
Well, so much for that. So Isaiah, basically what you're saying is you were vehemently against Cuomo-sexuality.
The Cuomo-sexuals.
The Cuomo-sexual. All right, Jersey.
So let's talk Jersey because I know Adam's got to get tucked in. Hey, forget about it. He's got to go to bed.
We gotta go to Talercio's, by the way. Next time we're down there, we gotta go to that sandwich place we're talking about.
All right.
So a recent poll came out. Let me see if I can find that. Where your guy has massive, and I mean massive, support from black voters.
Oh,
that's all right. You can say it. The niggas. That's right. He's got the nigga vote on lock. No,
he's got the N-word vote is on lock. There you go.
They get the N-word pass. Chiattarelli.
Yeah. Chiattarelli. You know what? That's a true.
Oh, so that's black. All right, so that's black voters. How's he doing in general right now?
Watch name, you know. They
forget about it.
Yeah, 60% over Mickey or Mikey Sherrill.
Mikey,
that is incredible. That is incredible. A 20 points over. So basically, what it looks like, and Adam, you can correct me if I'm wrong. New Jersey black folk have learned the lesson that it seems voters down in the Commonwealth of Virginia have not learned when it comes to supporting white liberal women.
Well, New Jersey is in a very conspicuous predicament. Is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the video for the New York Post. Anyone who hasn't seen it, I did a video. It's like a 13-minute video where I interviewed Scott Presler, talking to people from his organization, and also just talking to voters in the state of New Jersey. I talked to people, different backgrounds, age groups. I even went to the Project Housing in Elizabeth, New Jersey. We were talking to people there. And these were people who were in support of Chiattarelli. And their reasonings were all pretty much the same. The reasonings is that New Jersey is unaffordable. The energy costs, all
that
of
is a common theme in the tri-state. Let me tell you, man.
Yeah,
probably across the country.
But New Jersey, because I was doing a little bit of research. There's a whole energy network and so on and so forth. So it's not just New Jersey that has increased, but New Jersey has the biggest increase.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So
yeah.
So we're dealing with that. We have high income taxes. That's another thing. But we have the highest property taxes, and we have the highest median housing. Sorry, I can't think of the word right now. See, this is why I need to go to bed. We have the highest median prices for houses.
Oh.
So we have all these
Higher
things.
than New York?
Yes.
Get the fuck
Yes.
out of here. What?
Because you have to think of it like this. New Jersey is a small state. New York, when you think of like, oh, New York is expensive. You have New York City, Long Island, expensive, yes, but then you have the rest of the state. So if you average it out, it's going to be less. But if you were to try to say like Manhattan, no, Manhattan would be more expensive, or maybe parts of Long Island would be more expensive. But if you're doing
The
the
median.
entire state, yeah, the median, yeah. If you're doing the entire state, New Jersey, it's the highest in the country. And so how can the next generation afford anything? And we're just talking about housing prices. Most people don't talk about rent. You know, we in the state of New Jersey, we have a rent cap as far as like lease renewals, right? So you can't go more past 5%, right? So at least you have that. But if you're moving from one location to another, the rent increases are dramatic as of late. You know, so these are just economic issues. Ultimately, everyone really cares about the economic issues at hand. Jack is the only one who's strongly addressing those things. Also, a big thing in New Jersey, a lot of people don't realize, I think New Jersey has the 5th or 6th most Hispanics, Hispanic population in the country out of all the states.
Yeah.
So we have a very high Hispanic population. And sorry to say this, not all of them are legal. And so we have warehouses across the state. The nickname for the state is the warehouse state. Right. So we have warehouses all across the state in urban areas, and rural areas, and suburban areas. I have a number of them down the street from me. And I know for a fact that they use illegal labor. Because I've been inside these places. They use illegal labor all across the state. So Jack is talking about just like Donald Trump. He's like, day one, we're not a sanctuary state. That's ridiculous. Anyone that is here in the state of New Jersey that's illegal, we're going to assist the federal governments to do their job. Like, we're not going to prevent them from doing their job. Like, because it doesn't help the citizen of New Jersey if there are people who are part of an illegal workforce. Because the other thing, I'm sorry, going like a little bit of a Jersey tangent. What people don't realize is
it's not like that's what we brought you on the show to talk
about. Yeah, finally I get to talk about Jersey. What people don't realize, if you have an abundance of warehouses across the state, and I've seen how they operate. People hop from one warehouse to another. They pick up 20, 30 people to do a specific job. Why? Because they can pay the minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas in a normal circumstance, for someone to do this job, they would pay above minimum wage because there'd be less people to choose from. So they're flooding the job market. The jobs that you would see go to, and I've seen this 1000%. I've seen this multiple times. In places like Patterson, I've been in there, and there are no Black people. It is only Hispanics that walk into these places. Even though Patterson has a Black population. And it's because Patterson, there is a Black population in Patterson. If we go to Newark, same difference. I've been to Newark, nothing but Hispanic. Once in a while, you'll see a Black person come in. And there's a reason why. It's because they're catering to a particular clientele. They're catering to a clientele that doesn't mind being transient as far as work, doesn't mind bouncing from one place to another place, doesn't mind getting paid minimum wage, doesn't mind these things. They provide transportation in many of these places so they can get to and from the places. They don't speak English. So guess what? They have people who are bilingual. And then when they get to the warehouses, they have people who assist who are bilingual as well. Right? It's an entire system set up to make sure that an illegal workforce can be sustained. And so if I can pay 20, 30 people, whereas in a normal circumstance, I could pay American citizens and I can get 10, well, guess what? I'm going to go for a cheaper labor because I can get more bodies to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we're flooding the job market in the state, in a state where it's already expensive and it's already hard for a lot of people to come by work. And we're losing the pathways because it's not, you might start on the warehouse floor. It doesn't mean that you might have an opportunity to become a supervisor and increase your pay. You might have an opportunity, you have various opportunities within the state. And so they're losing all of that. For the American citizen, if we're talking about the dude who's in the hood somewhere in Newark, who's looking for a job, he's losing out to hit the Hispanic workforce. I'm sorry, let me clarify. The illegal Hispanic workforce that is rampant throughout the state of New Jersey. So Jack is saying no more sanctuary bullshit. No more. Like that's asinine.
Is that popular enough, you think, in New York? I mean, New Jersey?
Well, I'll tell you this, if it wasn't popular, he wouldn't be nearly as high in neck and neck. And by the way, they dragged out old Mick Obama to come to speak at some community college.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
That motherfucker. I can't, again, it's somebody, not to cut you off, there's somebody who voted for that motherfucker twice. As somebody who was up until a few years ago a loyal Democrat, okay, someone who did so much in terms of supporting the Democrats and did everything that I thought was right when it came to them, I'm gonna say fuck Barack Obama. That dude right there, the faster they shelve that the creator of the deep state, the better. And the only reason, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the main reason why the Democrats are in the shit that they're in right now is because they keep letting that nigga out the box.
Stop letting him out the box, Democrats.
They keep letting him come out, and it started with that bullshit with Kamala Harris, and then this foolishness down in the Commonwealth of Virginia, where he's actively pushing, along with the NAACP.
Shout out to DDM.
Thank you, Miss DDM. Appreciate you, love. The National Association for the Advancement of Politically Colored People.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. The fact that they got Obama trying to get all these black folk in formation behind that fucking glowy Abigail Spanberger over the a black woman who is currently the lieutenant governor of that Commonwealth. That is despicable bullshit right there.
I thought we were supposed to uplift all black voices, Democrats.
Exactly. You're supposed to uplift all black voices.
All black women voices, especially.
Right. Whatever happens
going on?
to black women.
Black uplifting white women's?
No, that whole thing, and I'm gonna really get into it once Adam leaves, because I'm gonna go, ooh, I'm so mad about this. This is what happens when people when blackness and political identity are swapped. But anyways, please continue, Adam. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna make the point, and I tweeted this out earlier, and yes, I still say tweeted.
Me too.
I put this out there that
and Obama, man. Sorry.
The fact, if you think about it, the fact that Barack Obama came to New Jersey for a governor's race is unprecedented. Like, someone like Obama would have never showed up here for a governor's race. Facts. That's exactly it. They know it's tight, and they are worried because, and the same thing you guys were talking about before, the energy seems like it's behind Chitterelli. Like that when I am looking around, actually, we were just my wife and I was talking
especially on Columbus Day, but your energy is really behind Chitterelli. Columbus Day.
But like that's what it
fucking guy.
That's what it seems like, and that's what it feels like. And he seems to be, for one, the thing I like about him, he seems like a nice, reasonable person. And by the way, he follows me now.
Oh,
And
all
and
that. Yeah.
I said thank you for the support. He said thank you for the support.
oh, he said
He
that
put
right
it back
back
on
at
me.
you.
He said that right back at me.
All right. Hey,
Um,
Adam, speaking, you got to get him on the Apostate Radio, brother.
I'd love to talk.
Hey,
We would love to
we
talk.
got. He's kind of worried about an election here.
Hey,
When is you
hey,
guys?
Chitarelli's practically paisan.
The fourth. The fourth is
Okay,
election day.
all right,
Yeah.
same as ours. All right. Well,
We have early, so by the way, we have early voting. Early voting started obviously not yesterday, but I think the Saturday before.
thank you, James, for
Thank you, James Stevens, man. You're the man.
for reposting the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Tell all your friends. You know, and I haven't even said this. This is Apostate Radio episode 33. The Tri-State Commission is we are currently we are in session. Okay.
Pay your tolls. Pay your tolls.
Pay your tolls. Man. Y'all, you know what? If there's one thing, and listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Okay, because the New Jersey Turnpike, just to kind of switch gears for a second. I'm so glad that y'all are finally like making the whole thing wide. Like I think what is the split now? Because the split used to be, because you know how you've got like all the like the cars only lanes, and then you've got the buses and the cars, buses and trucks lanes. It's like it was it after exit 8, and now it's like at exit 5 or 6 or something like that.
I think it's 5. I think it's after 5.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really glad about that. But honestly, I can't stand the turnpike because from between exit 4 and exit 1, it's just a fucking straightaway, and it's oh my god, it's just
there's nothing there.
Great.
There's nothing there. That's why, like, when people think of Jersey, they always think like Hoboken or something like that.
Is that big stretch of marshland you're talking about?
Yes, it's South Jersey.
Yeah,
there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
A lot of red-winged blackbirds.
Yeah, New Jersey has a lot of rural areas.
It's like everything south of Cherry Hill. It's like, you know, I know Jersey. It's like, matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example of this. The Atlantic City Expressway, the AC Expressway. It basically stretches from Philadelphia to Atlantic City. It's like an hour and a half drive, if not 2. It's a long ass ride. But there's like nothing. Like it's nothing in between. There's some small towns and shit along the AC Expressway, and then Atlantic City all the way down in Brigantine and all that, and then Atlantic City. I mean, what, like, have you been? Matter of fact, let me ask you this: have you been down there recently? Atlantic City?
AC, not
last time I was there. Last year, maybe last year, because my mother-in-law, she would go down there. She would get, but she stopped after she retired. So she stopped going down there as much.
Was she get a DraftKings account or something?
No, it became an economic issue. It's like you can't afford to come down here and get.
No. I asked if she got like a DraftKings or a FanDuel account. What are those?
No. She doesn't. She just stopped. She stopped altogether.
I got you.
Yeah, but no, I honestly, I don't see how anybody wants to go down there.
I don't either. You know what? It's so funny because if there was one issue that I would like non-political, well, sort of political issue that I've nerded out over the last 15 years, it is the fall of Atlantic City. The fall of Atlantic City has fascinated me beyond, because it's like
people not gambling anymore or clubbing or what's going on?
No, it's because I'm gonna tell you what happened. Maryland happened, my home state. Delaware happened, PA happened. I'll tell you this. In Philly, there are like 4 full service casinos in that Philly.
So they just have more competition.
Yeah, there's so
Oh,
much
is that
more.
what's going on? I see.
And it's like in Maryland alone, you've got a casino in Cecil County, which is not far from Atlantic City. It's like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. You've got a casino in Baltimore City, Horseshoe, one south of the city, Maryland Live, and then you've got the Mecca of Maryland gambling, the MGM down in National Harbor. That place is amazing, by the way. Kareen and I went down a few weeks ago. Like, there's so much more competition, and then with the expansion of gambling throughout throughout the country, AC don't stand a chance.
Sports books,
yeah, like sports, but like I'm okay. So I'm gonna go to AC. The fuck I'm gonna go to AC to bet on to bet on football games when all I got to do is pick up my little black mirror, go to my FanDuel account or MGM or whatever, and I can bet on sportsbook right here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, probably only people going there are old people and bachelor party dudes, maybe bachelorette parties.
But there's
Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say a couple quick things.
Sorry.
You're 100% correct. It is nothing but old people in casinos, and it's so depressing to me. Like, you're standing there going like this, like a zombie, just doing this
like
all
somebody
day.
scrolling on TikTok.
Yes,
like,
it's
the same psychology, by the way. It's like the dopamine hits.
Yep,
that's the way they did it.
Yeah, and it's all electronic, so it's like it's built in that they're going to let you win at certain points, and you're going to lose the rest because the house always wins. But they're just like this. Oh, this machine is a winning machine, and
they're
some
addicted
of them
to the excitement.
They got their oxygen tanks, and they spend so much money. And then what drives me crazy is they're like, oh, we're gonna give you comps, right? So they try to make them feel special.
Free drinks.
And they're like, well, you can stay in the room and you can order room service. And you look at the food, and it's like diner food.
Sure.
So
if you're lucky.
If you're
right.
lucky.
Yeah. Cold as hell.
There's nothing luxurious about this entire experience. Like this is all one
old
big
people.
illusion.
Boomers.
And they're just tricking all these old people into just spending these are your last days on earth, and you're spending it like this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are on TV,
sad.
sitting on a couch all day watching TV too. I mean, that's just that generation.
Yeah,
you know, they spend their last days on earth watching, being like as we talked about a couple episodes ago with you, Adam, being radicalized by CNN and MSNBC or Fox News.
Listen, it could be worse. It could be worse. Yeah. It's like if it's either they're either going to be there at the hitting the one arm bandit, or standing out on the fucking corner at No Kings rallies.
Yeah, or both.
I guess I'd rather them at the casino.
Exactly,
yeah. Probably both.
We did it the last one where they finish up and an hour and a half. They're out there marching. They're out there with their signs, No Kings, and then they're done by 11 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's going to fucking brunch and a dog a Halloween dog parade show. Like, I'm dead serious. That's how they. Suburban living is so interesting. What do you got going on?
Adam, before we stop, is there any other things you want to share about Ciattarelli, the governor race? How's he doing right now in the polls? Do you guys remember?
So it depends on the poll that you look at, but it's relatively neck and neck. So what a lot of people are leaning on is, I might be butchering the points because it's been a while. But what people are looking at is how close he was with Governor Murphy, an incumbent governor, and what the polls were showing prior to the election. And they were showing that I want to say that he's down 5 or something like that, and that's, or maybe maybe he's like down 5, down 6 or something to that effect. But it was like either a 5 or 6 point off, right? And so what they're looking at is if the polling data remains about consistent of being 5 to 6 point off, that there is a good possibility that he could actually win this. There's a massive difference between the last election and this one. Massive differences. One, Trump has endorsed him. Last time around, Trump's name didn't even come up. Trump has endorsed him. He's getting full support nationally and otherwise. The other thing is, it's not just Scott Presler and his organization. It's other organizations who are, I can't tell you how many mailers I got telling me to go out and vote this time around that never happened before.
Interesting.
Everyone knows that it is up for grabs, and they see the energy that is behind Chittarelli, and the Democrats are legit worried that he is going to win.
Good.
They should be.
Good.
They should be. And here's the thing. There's way more energy on the ground for a Republican like Chittarelli than that I've ever seen. I know the people talk like Chris Christie won before, but like I've never seen this. I've never seen what's happening here. There's a quite literally a legit chance that he could win, and he's the right temperament, right? He's not a big bombastic guy. He's a nice, mild-mannered guy. I think he's a CPA, if I remember correctly.
Oh wow!
I think I could be wrong. I thought I overheard him saying that he was an accountant. So like he's the right type of guy for a northeastern state. Like you can't have like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, yelling, Wile E. Coyote conservative. Like
Wile E. Coyote.
like he's the right type of guy who's common sense, who's not in your face.
Yeah. He seems
like Larry Hogan,
like a normal guy.
Was in Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
Cool.
What are you?
That's great. It's very encouraging.
That is encouraging. I mean, and to be honest, I mean, Democrats have every right to be like they should be fucking worried. They should be worried. They should absolutely be worried because there's so much right now that Democrats are screwing up. And we'll talk about the I know you got to go in a few minutes, but we're going to talk about this with the shutdown, with the shutdown of the federal government, with the way with this whole great replacement. Yes, I am going to use that terminology. The great replacement was never for whites, it was for blacks. Okay. Yeah. And people are starting to figure that out. That's how you have a plus 20 black vote behind the Republican. That's seriously, people are figuring that out. That's how you have Flip Chicago Red with the Miss Carter, I forget, Danielle Carter out there, where in Chicago they get it. Black people are starting to fully understand that yes, we are being replaced. And now again with the shutdown and everything else, where there is energy, and Democrats have, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Democrats gonna fuck around and end up getting disbanded in the next 2 years. They keep playing around with this. I understand I understand that there has to be an opposition party, but when the opposition party is communist, that's a problem.
Well, what's happening is the DSA is just slowly tearing off, or not so slowly tearing off, the Democratic Party's face and wearing it like Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. Oh my God! Exactly. James Stevens gave us a couple of. Didn't want to wait too long because James Stevens reposted. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. He says
thank you, James.
Al Sharpton is courting Mamdani. Yeah,
surprised by that.
Who's surprised? He said, I don't know if it's real or not. Some guy on X said he voted for Mamdani 6 times. I did see that. I do think it's true because I do think it's true because communists, especially these pink-haired fucking weirdos, they can't help but tell on themselves. They are always telling on themselves.
They say if they could do it, you could do it, man. Why don't you go over there and vote like 40 times for sleeve or whatever you want? Just do it.
No, because listen, because
I like wigs, put on the fake nose and glasses. Put on a blonde wig.
I'm already out of the city, brother. I'm focused on what I got here. And the last thing he said, all of those people who are voting for Mamdani should visit Cuba for a month and see what real government-run grocery stores look like and more. Jeez. Cuba is such a mess right now, especially now that I think now that both Castros I think are out of the picture down there. Because Fidel's been dead for like 10 years. I think Raul either he's dead or he's too old. He can't rule. So, but
I don't even know what's going on in Cuba. Actually, come to think of it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I gotta look into that.
I know Asada Shakur, the cop killer, Asada Shakur, passed away. She died. But anyways, Adam. Thank you.
She's being lionized by the Democrats, by the way.
Of course she is. Of course she is. Because, power to the people and all of all the motherfuckers who can't lift, they make a fist and they can't lift their arms above the fucking head. Shit. Anyways, Adam, anything you're working on besides the piece coming out tomorrow?
Well, before I get to that, I just wanted to add a comment where you're talking about blacks are being replaced up that they're being replaced.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that black people should get tiki torches and say the illegals will not replace us.
Yo. Is that what you're saying, Isaiah?
You know what? Listen, no, actually,
they're very fine people on both sides. And I'm not talking about my African Americans with tiki torches.
Bro, you know what?
I'm talking about the niggas.
That's good.
Yo, bro. If anything, there should be there should be that kind of energy with like, you know what? Y'all can have them. I'm dead serious. Like, if you look at the Democrat leadership, okay. First off, they're all. If you listen to, I want to like the holdouts. I really want to get to the holdouts, right? The ones who are just pro-Democrat no matter what. Okay. When y'all gonna stop acting like some whores? When are y'all gonna stop acting like some fucking prostitutes? Because that's how y'all acting right now. I'm dead serious, pro-Democrat blacks. Y'all are acting like prostitutes. The Democrat Party has actively put illegal immigrants in your neighborhoods. Okay? I talk about this all the time, where in Brownsville they had all of the homeless shelters in my neighborhood stacked up with illegal immigrants. They warehouse illegal immigrants everywhere in the Bronx. They warehouse illegals in Brooklyn. You hardly ever see them anywhere in Manhattan unless they're doing business. The Row is still open, right? The Row Hotel. They closed the Roosevelt over near Grand Central. But you got illegals that don't speak English, ain't even trying to speak English. The Democrat Party has handed over so much in tax dollars, your tax dollars. Whenever you go to your jobs, and I'm speaking especially to professional class blacks and blue collar blacks who have union jobs. You know who you are. Y'all get up here and you talk about how, you talk about how racist Republicans are. Every other day, you're talking about how racist Republicans are, how much you can't stand Trump. right? Acting like you're just talking crazy about how much you hate Trump. But meanwhile, the Democrat Party will literally do anything. They can do whatever they want to you, and you will take it like you getting your ass whooped by a pimp before you get out on that track to get people to vote Democrat. I am sick of this shit. And I'm especially sick of it in terms when it comes to this government shutdown. But Adam, I know you got to go soon.
Yeah,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go too crazy while you're here. Else, your lovely wife will get mad at me.
yes, she's already angry at you. No, I'm just messing.
Oh, you fucked up, Isaiah.
Ain't the first.
No.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, what am I working on? I don't know. I'm still working on Thirst Project. Hopefully, for the end of the year, things will come to fruition. I could talk more about it. Other than that, I'm just writing when I can and trying to get video opportunities, things of that nature. It's going to be an interesting election here in Jersey. That's the one I'm most focused on.
Of course.
And yeah, and I'll be on the live stream with Evan on Tuesday night for the
really?
election watch. Yeah.
Very nice.
A live stream? What live stream, Adam?
She's doing a live stream on Tuesday.
Is it like a space or
No, I think she's
like
doing it in video form. And we're going to be watching the results.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't get an invitation for that, Evan Barker.
Evan.
I mean,
come on.
You know, listen, I was a diversity pick. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm Latino. You got a Latino on you got a Latino on this because you need the Latino perspective, and you can't. You know, there's only one way to get it.
Absolutely.
Me.
Well,
I can be Dominican for the night.
You know what? He actually does look a little bit like Vlad Guerrero. You know what I mean?
Yes, Vlad Guerrero, man.
A shout out to Vladdy Jr. because he really balled out during the World Series.
Close.
We were real close. That was an epic World Series.
That was wild. I watched it last night, Game 7. That was wild.
Yeah. Adam, I appreciate you.
Adam, you gotta be working on one more thing though, bro. Besides this New York Post thing tomorrow too. When the hell are you gonna get Isaiah his official green card, official and or passport to Blackistan?
Come on, man.
I think he's earned it. I think he's earned it now. He's politically not black anymore, that's for sure.
He was approved, and I delivered that to him.
Hey,
I delivered that to him a long time ago.
You have.
What did I get it? What, did you give it to me?
You're a dual citizen. You're dual. Are you dual citizen? Pakistan?
He has a visa. He has a visa.
Okay, all right. We got a work visa.
Was that in the wedding gift? Okay.
No, this is years ago. This is years ago.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yo, thank you so much for being on with us. Give my best to Mrs. Coleman.
Where can we follow Adam?
Exactly. Yes.
Substack, AdamBColeman.substack.com, or I do have a YouTube channel at wrong_speak, and same handle for my X account at wrong_speak.
What about your OnlyFans?
Oh,
my OnlyFans is I was gonna try to come up with something, but I don't even want to put that out there.
Go get your beauty sleep. You know, go catch up on a couple of days.
Ain't Blackistan harem.
Right. There you go.
Oh shit! All right, let's let this man go to bed.
All right, go to bed, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it, man. As always.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Love you, man. Have a great night.
I love you, brother. Yep.
Oh
man, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Always good to have Adam on.
Oh my God, Adam is one of my best friends. I absolutely love him. He's an amazing man. I can't speak highly enough about him. Definitely helped me with a lot of things. Help see things through different perspectives. He's a really, really great man. Please follow him at Wrong Speak once again, ladies and gentlemen. and just show your love for him. Oh boy. So now let's see. Yeah, I wanna go over this. There's something I wanna go over, but there's something that I need to. I'm gonna let you rant for a second because I do have to take care of something real quick. Nature calls. So I will be give me about the 30 seconds or so. I'll be right back.
Just put a lot of pressure on me, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. Let's see what I can talk about. Let me see what's going on in the news right now. Let's look at some Zoran Mamdani news here. Got some dead air over here. So we got Mamdani who's promoting jihadism, I think, right? He wants to globalize intifada. He speaks about three different accents of three different accents of English. He speaks like some African accent, I think some Indian accent, and I think he also does like some kind of British accent too. And then he tries to do like an East Coast New York accent. Let's see. Just want to go through some of the. He wants to make government-run grocery stores. I'm trying to see, just look at some of these headlines, but nothing new, nothing too. I guess we got all the bad stuff out.
Yep, I'm back. Told you it was only a couple.
Good. I was just looking through the some of the headlines, the recent headlines of Mamdani. I haven't seen anything that's too interesting without having to read the whole thing. And everybody knows I don't read articles. I just read headlines, man. I just read headlines. I just read posts. I can't be reading the whole article.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Well, I have this, and this is going to tie in with the replacement. Like I said, see, black folk think I'm joking around when I say that we are being replaced. I've been saying this for quite some time. I've been saying it since I figured out that the homeless shelters were warehouse points for illegals. I've been saying this I've been saying it that long. It's been at least a couple of years. It's one thing to say these things and to watch all this stuff take place, but it's another when the party that's doing the replacing just comes right out and does it. Okay. Zoran put up an ad a couple days ago, I think it was yesterday, in fact, where he features Africans. Okay. I'm guessing this was in Harlem. There's a very big African population in the neighborhood of Harlem. Okay, particularly along 116th Street. And this is the ad that that he posted, and it was just shocking to me. Here it is.
Mugamba mtia abana beka. Wafrika wenzangu, sisi ni wahamiaji hapa New York City. Zoran Mamdani amesema atatupa ulinzi, atasimama nasi, na sisi tusimame naye. Pamoja tutaweza.
Mumutani Africa, Mumutani New York, Kufto Muzabi Zoran.
Zoran Mamdani xeexal na jaaykatu yi jaay nit yi jaay ci mbedd yi, xeexal na tamit dawalkatu taxi yi. Def na lu ñuy wax hunger strike lu toll 15 jours pour xeexal gëddu dawalkatu taxi yi. Kon te ñu ngi leen di woo yéen suñuy mbokk yëpp sénégalais, gambien, ñun ñëpp ñu booloo ñu votel Zoran Mamdani parce que pour ñun la ñu changer New York ñoo ko bokk.
Intel Africanol, dem New York ngol.
tel karte fay la ala nga fonte karte fay moy membe bal wo soli andila wala mu zor magdaniti
ñu ngi woo africain yépp foo leen muntu di nekk ci New York City ngeen ñëw ànd ak ñun November 4th ñu dem wooteel Zohran Mamdani pour mu nekk mayor New York City parce que mooy nekk mayor bu gën ci ñun mayor buy yombal New York ak mayor buy def suñ dëkkuwaay ci New York mu baax.
on jarama en goɗoɗa Zohran fiicu inno hoyra ñamedeji ɗin no hoyra e fi immigration ndewnata jama fof ka saare ɗo
maren mu a wote pour Zohran Mamdani a wodemana as mukunu a wodemana o kaytunu o kompunu o remmu a yasirenni pour deɓe keɗa
jama ko war moftoɗe yewanmu de kommu de korkotanmu.
All right, that's enough of that.
I was waiting for Starvin Marvin to jump in.
Ah! Ah! Oh shit!
Oh man, that's too much. I'm an asshole.
Yo,
I take that back. I didn't mean to say.
You had that in the clip.
Yeah, I might have to.
Paper. Holy shit!
Should they fucking had Starvin
Ladies
Marvin?
and
Starvin Marvin, all grown up, 25 years. You know Starvin Marvin, right? Who is that?
Yo, that's why I said, "Oh shit!" Because it's the South Park reference.
South Park, yeah, the old South. That's like I think season one, man. Back when South Park wasn't didn't have Trump derangement syndrome.
Exactly, which apparently they have now. Which I don't get.
Pretty
Anyway,
clear. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, go ahead.
I said this a long time ago that black neighborhoods were the dry run for the Great Replacement. And why were black Americans, and I would even venture to say naturalized West Indians as well, people who've been in this country for years, legally, like, did the work to get here, right? I'd been saying this for a very long time that black people were getting replaced in our own neighborhoods. That we were getting replaced by other black people, by those with similar skin tones, but didn't speak the language, weren't even trying to speak the language, and looked at us, black Americans, as interlopers. We were just lazy akata, which
Akata.
Akata.
What's that mean?
That's basically that's an Igbo word. Igbo from Nigeria. Igbo akata basically is the Nigerian word, basically calling us niggas.
Oh.
Yes, that's what akata. When you hear a Nigerian person use akata, it's not a nice word.
So it's like black gringos or something like that. It's talking like black Americans, black North Americans.
Yeah, it's like it's exactly. It's like it's almost like it's very similar to the Chinese word. I'll give you the context.
Milo?
No. The Chinese word for white liberal, baitsuo.
White swall. What's that?
Baitsuo.
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 BAI.
Baitsuo.
Oh yes, baitsuo. Mm-hmm. That's what. Yeah, that's basically what a kata is, right? And I've said this, and here's Zoran just basically saying, "Yep, here we go. Here are your replacements. They're going to vote for me. We're going to call for them to vote for me." Because and you hear just the constant tropes, the constant communist tropes of he's going to help us live dignified lives, and New York City will finally be affordable, and he's going to do great things for us, and he's going to change New York City. The same shit over and over again, being pounded, being because it's all he has is identity politics. All he has is, I'm going to give you free shit. I'm going to make things quote unquote affordable while still somehow neglecting the basics of governance. I'm going to raise taxes by 2%, and I'm going to bully Kathy Hochul into doing what I want her to do, or else the DSA is gonna fucking primary her next year. That's what it's about. But anyways, I'm not gonna go too far off on that tangent. Again, black people, y'all are out here down in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Okay, and I want to make very clear. The black people here in New York City who are likely going to vote for Sliwa, I am not including you in this. Flip Chicago red, I am not including you in this because you saw this before I did. You saw what was going on in Chicago with that punk bitch Brandon Johnson. You saw what was going on there in your home city long before anybody else. I give you kudos. I am not including you in this.
I can't stand Brandon Johnson, man.
Brandon Johnson
Can't stand that dude.
That like honestly,
nor his predecessor, by the way.
He's like
Beetlejuice.
Like he's 5 times worse. Yeah. He's infinitely worse,
which is crazy.
Yeah. But when I say to you, when black people have finally woken up and realized that the Democrat Party are in fact treating black people like plantation hands, and they're no longer being shy about it. They're no longer being, again, they bring in these illegals, they bring in these foreigners because they know that the more foreigners they bring in, the less they have to listen to you. The less they have to give a fuck about black people, because guess what? They know they got you. They know that you're going to vote blue no matter who. They know you're going to vote for Kamala Harris's drunk ass. They could run her out in 2028. They could run her out in 2032, and you're going to vote for her for only one reason, because they tell you she's black, and y'all will get right in line. And y'all will keep calling black people, everybody who breaks away from y'all, you're going to keep calling them Uncle Toms and Coons and everything else. Because that's all you fucking got.
Stop being racist towards black people. Black people. Black Democrats, for real, though. Stop being racist. Seriously, stop being racist against black people who have different political views, man.
Yeah. But this is what they do.
You guys sound like KKK members.
They want, yeah. It's always your coons, your Uncle Toms. You don't stand with your people. Why the fuck would I want to stand with y'all? You have nothing. I don't
want to stand with Brandon Johnson.
I don't want to stand with Brandon Johnson. I don't even want to stand with Brandon Scott, the mayor of Baltimore, someone I've known for years. What he's done to Baltimore City, what he's doing right now to the city of Baltimore, just letting it fall apart. And people are going to vote for him for the exact same reason, because he's black and he a Democrat. Baltimore has not elected a Republican in over 100 years, and it will never ever happen in that city, because you think New York's a fucking Democrat stronghold? Baltimore been one. Baltimore been one for many years. And let me tell you, again, I don't
Carcetti for mayor.
I don't want to stand. I don't want to keep. Why would anybody? Y'all have nothing except the same tired tropes. Your neighborhoods keep getting worse and worse. Y'all don't want to look, but for some strange reason, y'all want to live in filth and squalor. You don't. The schools don't produce children who can read or write at grade level or do math at grade level. Your schools look like shit. Kids, you got roving bands of teenagers in Washington, D.C. that overrun the Navy Yard, out there beating people up in all them $3,000 and $4,000 apartments in D.C. Them expensive high rises over by Capitol Hill, over by Audi Field and Nationals Park. Y'all have nothing. Y'all bring in the destruction. You don't, but for some strange reason, you don't like it when other black folk talk about this stuff, because, you know, being a race trader means being okay with that shit. Being a race trader, you know, standing with your people apparently means being okay, not only with those of y'all who have been on food stamps for 25 and 30 years. And yeah, I know there's more white people on there, but there's the black ones that go on TikTok and all these other ones talking about y'all gonna run up in Walmart and steal thousands of dollars worth of shit because your food stamps got cut off yesterday. Oh, y'all gonna do that. But I want to say this too. See, again, black people, they are replacing you. I have no problem calling y'all hoes, because that's how the Democrats are treating you. Democrats are treating you like prostitutes. They do whatever the fuck they want to you. Literally doing whatever they want to you. So now let's talk about this government shutdown. They got y'all out here voting for, I'm telling, it disturbs the hell out of me. Abigail Spanberger is a CIA operative. She is a glowy. That's why I said she's so white, she's glowing. And Barack Obama went down there to reify that black people in Virginia, and there's a lot of black folks that live in Virginia, especially in Richmond and the Hampton Roads region, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk. There's so many that there's a lot of black folk that live in that area. And y'all are telling, y'all are telling the black population in the Commonwealth of Virginia that instead of voting for the black woman, the actual black woman, you want to vote for the politically black woman and Abigail Spanberger.
I seem to remember Barack Obama telling black people to support the sister in Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Is that my imagination? Did he just give black people a whole lecture about that in the last election? What happened? Why does that love for Winsome Sears?
Black folk looked at that and said, "Fuck that shit."
Yes, they did.
No, I'm dead serious.
They did,
because
they should.
Here's the thing about Kamala Harris. And it's crazy because Karina and I were talking about Kamala Harris earlier today, and now Kamala's trying to run from the Democrats, just like Karine Jean-Pierre is right now.
She's what a joke.
All the rats are
leaving the ship.
Are fleeing the ship.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
What a joke. Her and Kamala, man.
Again, I said this about Kamala. Y'all didn't, and black folk, and I'm saying this to all the K-Hive. All the K-Hive. Okay? Kamala Harris was selected for you. You didn't pick Kamala Harris. I've said that before. Kamala Harris was selected for you. The Democrat Party put that woman, that drunken retard, in front of y'all and said, "Here, nigga, vote for this." That's exactly what the Democrats did.
Yep.
Kamala only claimed her Jamaican heritage when she needed to get marijuana legislation passed in California. When she worked to get marijuana legislation passed. And her family in Jamaica disowned her ass.
Jesus.
Her father lives in Washington, D.C., not too far from the White House. You think she went over there to go see his ass when she was vice president? Nope.
Is that the Marxist dad? The Marxist professor dad?
He's like 90-some years old. And he lives somewhere in DC, like I said, not too far from the White House.
These Marxists live forever, man.
They do.
They linger, like Soros, like Bernie, like Castro before.
Well, when you serve the devil, you know, he gives you as long as life as possible, so you don't.
Only one that got left quick was Chavez, Hugo Chavez, Tio Hugo.
Ugh, that dude, Uncle Hugo,
Tio Hugo, man,
and
good job.
Noriega. Noriega died early.
I'm just kidding. There's probably a couple of them. Trotsky, I know, didn't have a.
Oh no, Stalin killed his ass.
Yeah, he didn't.
Stalin disposed of Leon Trotsky real quick.
Yeah.
But
anyways, we digress.
Anyways, I don't want to digress too much.
Yeah.
The fact is, these people been playing in your faces for entirely too long. Let me get to this government shutdown. I want to pull up Grok real quick. Pull up the history here. The federal government shutdown. I actually got Grok to give me a great summary of the current shutdown situation. Okay. So, and the reason why I'm bringing up the government shutdown and why this especially applies to Black folk is because Prince George's County in Maryland has the highest population of federal government employees in the country. Black federal workers in particular.
Where was this, Isaiah?
Prince George's County. It's on the southeastern side of Washington, D.C. Prince George's County is where you have the towns of Laurel. You've got some of Fort Meade is in Prince George's County. You've got Bladensburg, Upper Marlboro, Bowie, like a lot of different towns in Prince George's County. I know PG well. Greenbelt, Landover, where the Redskins play, Fort Rainier, all that. Like I know a lot of. I've been all through PG County. I know the area well. But you got a lot of Black federal workers that live in Prince George's County.
I'm going to assume that they are not just Black ethnically, but also Black politically.
Some of them are. I know a few.
So you think some of them aren't? Some of them are maybe conservatives.
No. Because
that's what I mean.
No. No. The amount of pro-Democrat Black federal workers that live down there who are currently going without a paycheck is stunning. But let me get to this federal. But let me get to the federal government shutdown because see, the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, are playing in people's faces. They are playing in people's faces with this. So 13 votes right now. The Democratic Party have voted 13 times to keep the shutdown going. And here are the 13 Senate votes. Shout to Grok. You guys, they've done a fantastic job with it. I'm usually not a big fan of AI, but this is a very, very, very good a piece of research.
I just want to say real quick, Isaiah, that we at APOSTATE Radio have been and always will be big time Grok riders.
Not as much as Will Stancil though. Anyway.
When Will Stancel's not fighting fascists.
Oh my God! You know what? So I'll talk about that in a second. So yes, here we go. First vote in the Senate. I'm going just the Senate votes. Okay. Passage of the bill. Again, you need 60 votes to get this continuing resolution passed. Okay. First vote, September 19th, 2025. 44-48, it was defeated. Early vote, fewer crossovers. Only John Fetterman voted yes to open the government. 8 senators didn't vote. September 30th, passage reconsideration, 55-45, defeated. Procedural, all sorts of foolishness. October 1st, cloture on motion to proceed, 55-45. October 1st, shutdown begins. It was a party line vote for the most part. October 3rd, cloture, reconsider, again rejected, 54-44. Minor absences. Let me see. October 6th, 2025, 52-42. Again, you need 60 votes to pass. Okay. October 6th, 2025, 52-42. Higher absences and not voting. October 8th, 54-45. October 9th, 54-45. October 14th, 49-45. More absences on the yes side. October 15th, 51-44. It goes on. Okay? It goes on. October 28th, another closer reconsideration. 54-45, 54-46, 50-43, 51-45. And I'm scrolling up. This is, ladies and gentlemen, these are your votes. These are Democrats who are voting no to keep the government shut down. And what's especially
what are they voting no of? What is this vote for exactly? To reopen the government?
So they're trying to get a continuing resolution passed.
Yeah,
with no pork in it. Okay,
right.
Democrats
money for illegal immigrants.
Yeah, the Democrats want money for illegal immigrants with Medicare. They want certain grifts that were in place during USAID. They want them open. They want money. They want spending that was deauthorized in the one big beautiful bill. They want money that was basically taken off the table. They want it put back on the table in the continuing resolution. And the Republicans are like, no. That's already passed. We're not going back on that. Why would we do that?
Right.
And so you have the stalemate that you have, but it gets worse. So you have those votes.
So all the starving, quote unquote, starving babies. That's the Democrats' fault.
Yeah.
Because they're not opening up. They're not opening up the government.
They admit it.
Yeah.
They admit it. Here's the proof. Here's what the shutdown is really about. Martin Heinrich paying our troops gives the president more leverage. Ruben Gallego, then I just go back and shut it down again. Bernie Sanders, you reopen the government and we lose our leverage. Chuck Schumer, every day gets better for us. Jeez. Chris Coons, frankly, this is our only moment of leverage. And although a very unpleasant tool to use, Congresswoman Catherine Clark, there are families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have. And Bernie Sanders, you reopen the government and we lose our leverage.
Well, I mean.
So guess what?
People are going to starve because they need leverage.
That's exactly right. Black people are going to starve because these Democrats, who will never know struggle, they will never go hungry in their lives, they're still getting their checks. They're still getting their paychecks. But meanwhile, air traffic controllers are not. TSA agents are not getting their paychecks. You have men and women in uniform right now. You have service members in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Space Force, Coast Guard. They're not getting paid. But them senators are.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Them Congress people are. The members of Congress are. They're getting their checks.
They should. That's crazy.
No meals. You got federal workers you got federal employees right now standing in donation lines. They're doing food drives for federal workers.
Nah.
People who were making $100,000, $150,000 a year, not even a month ago, they missed 2 checks, and now they're facing destitution. But Democrats need leverage. Do you understand these people are playing with your lives while you're calling people coons and Uncle Toms, and y'all are letting the dregs of society off the hook over these food stamps? These Democrats are playing in your face. They are denying you the things that you need to keep going. And you have the audacity to call somebody like me a race traitor, Uncle Tom, because I'm not gonna keep voting Democrat. That's why I said you a hoe. Y'all are hoes for standing with that political party, man. Them people can do whatever they want to you.
In the front seat of a car. Telling their wife they're out to go get groceries.
It just amazing.
Telling their wife they were staying out too late. Work at the office too late. You're sitting there jerking and burping and slurping and burping.
Like
hoes.
Talking about stand with your people. Fuck that. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Get serious, man. I mean this. Like, I don't really talk about race. We don't really talk about racial issues on the show. But
I don't know if I'd say that. I don't know if I go that far.
Well,
we do kind of talk about that a bit.
Well, I mean,
let's be real. We do.
Okay,
but we're not woke. We're not woke.
We are not. But what I'm saying is, I like to spend over 45 minutes talking about this stuff and actually focusing on this very, very specific thing. It's like, okay, so while y'all out here calling Black conservatives Uncle Toms, Democrats are replacing us in our neighborhoods. They are recruiting Black folk from other countries to vote for them because because they ain't enough. Because the numbers of Black people, again, Democrats were used to Black people voting in the 90th percentile for the last 40 years, really since the civil rights movement.
Take it for granted.
They took that fucking vote for granted. They were always voting 92%, 90%, 95%. It was 98% for Obama.
You got to make them earn it. Black folk, you got to make them earn that vote.
Y'all don't make that, and that's exactly right, Nino. Black folk ain't made the Democrats earn their vote for nothing. And every single time that somebody has said that Black folk need to start making the Democrats earn their vote, you get a motherfucker like Steve Harvey, who will stand up, will get on his nationally syndicated radio show and tell Black people, tell his predominantly Black audience that President Obama has to be the president of the entire United States. He cannot be president of the hood. But he Black enough to get all you niggas in line to go vote for a glowy. Okay. And I'm supposed to stand with that. Y'all ain't even standing up for yourselves. You're not even standing up for yourselves. And again, that disturbs me.
How do you think Obama's standing is now with the greater black community in general?
A lot of black folk ain't fucking with him. They're not liking him right now. I mean, trust. Listen,
probably more than ever, right?
Real shit, Nino. If you are black and I would say over the age, if you live in the inner city and you are over the age of 55, I would say, chances are you've got a portrait of Barack Obama hanging up in a wall, either in your living room or your kitchen.
And that's not counting dartboards.
They are not dartboards. The reason why, and again, I get it. I felt this, okay? I felt this very thing. Voting for the first black president of the United States was something that gave a lot of people much emotional uplift.
Yeah.
For a lot of black folk out here, it was the realization, it was the civil rights movement. It was the final piece of fruit that the civil rights movement bore.
Oh.
A black man could become president of the United States. Yep. Black folk can do anything.
And that wasn't a feeling just for black people, man. I felt that. I voted for Obama the first time. I think most of the country, I mean, he was voted in, but most of the country, I think, who voted for him felt like, oh, that's not, hopefully people didn't just vote for him just because he was black, but that was a big part of it, I think, man. He was very moving, but it's like, oh, good. Like we're past it. We're past that era of like, we'll never see a black president. People will never vote a black president because everybody, people are too racist or whatever, right? People just don't like black people, whatever it is. That's always been the thing. And I think I felt that. I was like, oh, it's great. It's nice to see a black family up there in the White House. It looks like we're past racism now for the most part. Obviously, there's some racist people out there, but like we're mostly past it, obviously. And I think that was true, honestly. I think that was true. We were mostly past it, and now we're regressing because of mainly because of woke leftism, and now we got the woke right coming. But just to bring that, I just wanted to bring up that point that like it wasn't just black people that felt that. I think white people, Latino people, you name it, we're happy to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. Like I felt that. I felt that very thing. It felt good to elect a black man to the presidency, not once, but twice. It did. It did. It genuinely did. But again, that was that was a time when we voted with your emotions, which is how Democrats always end up getting us.
Mm-hmm.
They know, these motherfuckers know exactly what buttons to push to get people to get some type of emotional buy-in to get these people to line up for them. I've had it.
Didn't work for Kamala though.
It did. Well, it almost
thankfully
did.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
it almost did.
Yeah, that's true.
Because honestly, if it didn't, you wouldn't have you know I'm about to do it. You wouldn't have situations. Come on, I know it's where is that? Where
no, not the.
Did I erase that? No, I took. Oh no. You end up with situations like this.
We're in the middle of a hostile government takeover. I wanna talk about it, but I'll be late for work. And if you're saying, wait a minute, do we have to stop this? We had one, but you didn't want that lady in office. Hostile government.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
Done that so long. But you know what though?
How's that hostile government takeover going?
It's a hostile government takeover because the wrong people, the bad people, got their guy elected.
No, but I mean, how is it going for him? I don't know.
They're getting fucking rolled.
They're not taking over the federal government. That's for sure.
No, listen, I'm at a point now. I'm at a point now And that's the thing, right? It's like like we're in the middle of a hostile government takeover, but your cities are still run by Democrats. Your states, if you live in Maryland, Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, PA, they're still run by Democrats. So my point is, where government is actively, where you can feel the actual effects of your government, it's still run by they're still run by Democrats. The only place where you so worried about it is on the national level, where really, if we're going to be perfectly honest with you, the things that they do on the federal level are not generally felt by people or as a whole, except for certain things, except for the things within the Constitution, like the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. Most of the laws that directly affect people's lives are on the state and the local level. And unfortunately, and like I said, the Democrats know this, and as do the communists. Because as the cities keep getting bluer and bluer, as the states keep getting bluer and bluer, then the communists can walk right in and bully the establishment Democrats into doing whatever the fuck they want. And that's the problem that you have now. So you can sit up and talk about there's a hostile government takeover. Yeah, because they're not going to get far. It's truly disturbing to me. Again, this is how, again, when you're so wrapped up in emotion, when you are emotionally and politically immature, these people can do and say whatever they want, and they just, again, they can treat you like prostitutes. They can they have treated the Democrat Party have treated black people like fucking prostitutes for the last 60 years. And either we wake up en masse and start voting for people who actually have our best interests and stop listening to the lowest among us. Stop prioritizing the lowest among us, the criminals, the food stamp recipients, the ones who think they're gonna, the ones who threaten to go into Walmart and steal all the place, steal shit out of there. Y'all, the Democrats uplift the YNs, but do nothing for the black middle class. All the black billionaires that are in our society right now, you think black Americans know anything about that? No, because they don't want because right now the media and all of those, they don't want black people to see that black folk actually can be successful in this this wicked system of white supremacy. They don't want to see that. They don't want kids to see that. Meanwhile, the only way that you, if you're black and you're a child, if you're a black kid in America, the only way that you're allowed to see any type of black success is if it's on the football field, or if it's on the field of play, or in the record booth, if you're in the recording booth. So if you're not kicking or running with a football, or singing and dancing, you're not allowed to see what kind of success is out there. That's that's disgusting to me.
Because in the streets, it's a short stock. Either you're slinging crack rocks or you got a wicked jump shot.
Who was that from? That sounds very familiar.
That's the king of Brooklyn, man.
Oh, that is Biggie. Oh, shit.
Biggie Smalls, man.
You know what? And on that note, I think we can end it. It's a great show.
It was a great show. It's always good to have some old friends on.
It is. And Adam is, of course, welcome on the show at any time. Which leaves us to our big announcement. That's the end of episode 33. Next week, November 9th, Apostate Radio is proud to host our biggest guest to date, someone I have respected for many, many years. He is someone who I do consider a distant friend, one of the OGs of team reality, and a passionate man for the truth, a man who lost everything damn near in defense of the truth. I deeply respect him. The big man, Graham Linehan, joins the show tomorrow. I'm sorry, next week, next Sunday, 8 p.m. I can't wait to have him on. I am so excited. Y'all do not want to miss this. Start spreading the word now. Graham Glenna, Father Ted is coming to Apostate Radio next Sunday.
Spread the word around.
And on that note, that's our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us. I am Isaiah Carter. That's Nino Chavez. We thank you again for everything. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us.